What's going on YouTube? My name is RJ and this is the Gen Z Investor channel where my goal is to change the way investors invest. In this video, I'm going to talk about the losses in investing. Now, whether you're involved in stock options like I am, or stocks, or real estate, or bonds, or any financial instrument that you can think of, is going to have periods where the investors will lose money. Now, in the short term, it is very painful when you lose money. Essentially, I've mentioned this in previous videos, but we are naturally risk averse as humans, and the losses that we sustain are significantly more painful than the gains that we get. In my own personal life, if, say for example, I was to make $300, now in my perspective, the amount of kind of utility I would get from making an extra $300 would not be that significant because I've made way more than $300 in one day. And to me, making $300 just isn't that big of a deal. However, if I were to lose $300, I would be significantly more upset than I would be otherwise. And this is a very important thing to recognize and realize that it is pretty irrational to think this way, because in the short term, you're obviously gonna lose money, whether you're investing in anything. And what you've got to understand is that if you have more of a long-term mindset, you realize that these short-term drawdowns or fluctuations, whatever you want to call them, are almost in every situation is almost a learning. Basically, it gives you a good opportunity to learn and reevaluate your abilities just to handle the situation. And what I want to say is that there are a lot of people in life who don't take the proper risks. And when it comes to investing, the only way you're going to make a return or a substantial return is if you take on risk. And we're led to believe that taking on risk is a bad thing, but it allows you to be able to achieve way more in the long term. You can build up your mental capacity to take on losses. Let me give you an example. So I right now sold a put in UNH, and as of the moment, currently today, it is in the money. Now, the option doesn't expire for almost another 2 months, so I'm not worried about it. Additionally, I can roll and manage that position if need be. But I'm showing a very significant large paper loss on my account, and that feeling is obviously not a great feeling. However, I was involved in the markets during both October and December of last year, 2018, as well as in May of 2019. So I have built up this kind of experience, I guess, through trial and error of being involved in the stock market, and now I understand a lot more about taking losses and understanding that this is only a short-term problem, and eventually, given enough time, you will make money. Now, if you do make mistakes in, say, the options world, you can get caught up and you can get completely burnt. But as long as you make good decisions and you're patient and you know what you're doing, inevitably you're going to make money. So the main point of this video is that you need to understand that losses are not only a good thing, but you will be way better off than a lot of other people who don't even have the courage to take risk to begin with. When I tell people that I am only 20 years old and I'm trading naked options, people basically lose their mind. I've had a lot of people say, you are basically an idiot for selling option premium, and you're gonna lose all your money, and you're gonna get greedy, and you're gonna go bankrupt eventually. But what they don't understand is that there is actually math behind what I'm doing, and I understand the probabilities, I understand how to make money on the stock market, and I understand what are the necessary steps to do that and how to manage my positions and do all the proper necessities to be successful in the options market. But what those people don't understand is that, again, you need to take risks in order to be successful in anything in life. And with risk is going to come losses. Now, most people will just go to college and they'll get a 9 to 5 and they will just work 40 hours a week and do whatever on the weekends, but they won't really put themselves out there and experience different aspects of life, whether it be, in my case, taking risk through finance, but other people taking risk in, I guess, entrepreneurship, or any number of examples will work. But the main thing is that no one will remember the people who just did what they were told and did not take risks in life. And every successful person, whether it be in entertainment or business or, again, any number of examples, would tell you that they, at one point in their life, they took a significant risk and they went the opposite direction from everyone else in their life. And that is going to come with periods of time where you are scratching your head and you are going to have substantial setbacks, whether it be monetary or mental or success setbacks. But the point is that all these setbacks will prepare you better for the future, and it'll grow you as a person. And in my own personal, and me personally rather, would consider myself to be more of a perfectionist and more of a prudent person. But regardless, I rather take the risk of making a lot more money, even if I have a lower probability of making money, than to just go to a job and just do basically the bare minimum. For me, I rather take on risk and try to see what I can make of this life, because again, no one is going to remember the people who don't take risks in life and don't try to move out of their comfort zone and to improve and enhance their success in life. And again, these short-term setbacks are only what the word entails. They're short-term pain. And the ability to ride out that short-term pain is the success of a lot of people. They've mentioned that delaying gratification is one of the biggest factor in their success, essentially. So in the options market, you're definitely gonna sustain losses, and it's gonna be very frustrating and very upsetting to have to take losses. But for the majority of us, it's just gonna be a loss on paper, and you can have the ability, if you know what you're doing, to ride out those losses and to take a deep breath and look out into the long run for more opportunities. Another thing I want to point out is that when you are a trader and you lose money, more specifically if you're an options trader, if you have a position that's showing you a large paper loss, it doesn't mean that that loss is going to sustain itself. It's just you have a loss in the moment, and you need to understand that eventually you will most likely be profitable on that position. Most likely I'm going to look at this video in 2 months and say, wow, I was so foolish for even being upset at that, because it eventually was profitable. Furthermore, when I lose money, it's not as big of a deal as what it really is, because even if I were to lose all my money, I still have, people that love me, I still have food, I still have water, I still have shelter, and there's gonna be some diminishing, marginal utility for getting more wealth in life. But I'm here just to try to maximize my net worth in the long run. But if things go, not according to plan, it's important to realize that in my situation right now, I'm already in the 1% of the world, and I'm still grateful that have the ability to take on risk and the ability to look at life as my own canvas, to develop my own success. Now, I know in this video I was kind of all over the place, and maybe it didn't make a whole lot of sense, but the main point is that you need to take risks in order to be successful in life. And furthermore, that's going to come with drawdowns and potentially horrifying losses in the short term. However, that doesn't mean you're not going to be successful in the long term. Hopefully you can take this knowledge or conversation that I'm having and make use of it, and maybe it can make you feel better about your losses in the investing world. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Leave any comments down below. Again, my name is RJ, and this has been the Gen Z Investor channel. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and peace out.